In this video, in 3 parts, I will show you an example of an absolute value inequality application, actually 2 absolute value inequality applications, and 1 inequality application. These are like the ones that are on the test. I wrote them myself. They're not in the book. If you want more practice on this, you can look back onto why it is the way that it is, the worksheet on Moodle, and that is also in 2 parts. And part 2 has the absolute value inequalities and the inequality word problems. Farmer Joe is teaching his new employee, Sunny, how to shear sheep. He instructs Sunny to only shear the fluffy sheep that have wool that is about 8 centimeters within 2 centimeters. So this 8 centimeters within 2 centimeters means 2 centimeters longer than 8 centimeters and 2 centimeters shorter than 8 centimeters. But anything outside of that is not, the sheep will not be shorn. Write an absolute value inequality that shows the length of wool of the sheep to be sheared. So the first thing you want to do is write your variable and define it according to the problem. So I'm going to call the variable W, and that's going to represent the length of wool of the sheep to be sheared, which I think that actually it might be shorn, but you're going to have to ask Mr. Fix that. Okay, now what we are going to look at here is basically the situation. If we could draw a number line that represented all of the sheep, the length, we're going to be looking at 2 centimeters above and 2 centimeters below. And this is like our average of all of the extremes. This is our tolerance. We're tolerating 2 centimeters. Oh, you can't see that, can you? You will accept 2 centimeters above and below 8. So what we're going to write is the absolute value that shows the length of wool that has a distance that is within 2 centimeters of 8. So what I'm showing here with the absolute value is that if I take the difference of any length of sheep wool to the average, then that difference should be within 2 centimeters for me to know that it's within this tolerated range. Now to solve it. Remember, you want to ask yourself when you're solving these absolute value inequalities, the numbers that have a distance of 0 that's less than 2 are less than 2 and greater than -2. And a lot of students ask me today why and. The reason why and is because the numbers that are going to have an absolute value that's less than 2 are less than 2 and greater than 2. Sorry, greater than -2. Any one of the numbers within this range satisfy both inequalities. So if I pick something that satisfies this, like 1. 1 is less than 2, but it also satisfies this because 1 is also greater than -2. And then if I pick a number that satisfies this one, like -1, -1 is greater than -2, and it is also less than -2. So we have numbers, no matter if you pick one that satisfies this, it will also satisfy this, and so we have and. Solve it. And so the sheep with wool that is between 6 centimeters and 10 centimeters will be sheared. But I swear that I think it might be shorn. You're going to have to look that up. Report to me.